the sweet habit before bed that quietly raises your stroke risk. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart pounding, feeling dizzy, and wondering what just happened? You sit up, maybe reach for water, maybe check your blood pressure monitor, and it says 170 over 100. Too high, especially at night, and you're left lying there scared, but also confused. Was it stress, a bad dream, or was it that little bowl of snacks you had before bed? Now, I want to be clear. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to protect you. Because what you eat before bedtime, especially after the age of 60, can quietly change the way your brain and blood vessels behave. Not tomorrow, not next year, tonight. I've spent over 30 years helping older adults recover from strokes, memory loss, and circulation problems. And if there's one thing I wish more people knew, it's that some of the foods we trust the most can quietly become dangerous when eaten at the wrong time. So let me ask you something real. Do you ever snack on nuts before bed? Maybe pecans, almonds, a handful of trail mix? If yes, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Let's be honest together. And if you're new here, this is Dr. Brain, where we uncover the truth about brain health after 60. Hit subscribe so we don't lose touch. Now, take a breath, because what I'm about to share could be the small change that protects your brain before it needs saving. Number 1, nut myth. The 5 healthy nuts that aren't safe after 9 p.m. Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever grabbed a handful of almonds or maybe a small bowl of trail mix thinking, it's healthy, it's just nuts, what could go wrong? You're not alone. I've seen this with so many of my patients. They try so hard to eat clean. They skip cookies and chips, only to reach for a healthy nut mix at 9 p.m. But here's what most people never learn until it's too late. Even healthy foods can turn against you if you eat them at the wrong time, especially after the age of 60, when your metabolism slows down, when your blood vessels become more delicate, when your heart needs true rest at night, not extra pressure. So let's talk about 5 common nuts that seem healthy, but can quietly harm your brain and blood vessels after dark. Nut number 1, pecans. Pecans are buttery, comforting, perfect on pies, but they're also packed with saturated fat, over 1. 7 grams per 1 ounce serving. That's more than double what you get in almonds. During the day, your body burns through fat. At night, not so much. Instead, the fats stay in your bloodstream longer, which thickens your blood, slows circulation, and increases stroke risk. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a study showing that saturated fats consumed late in the day can increase blood viscosity, especially in older adults. That means your blood becomes thicker, and thick blood moves slowly. Slow blood flow plus hours of lying still, that's a perfect setup for clot formation, especially for someone already managing high cholesterol or blood pressure. Nut number 2, pine nuts. Pine nuts look innocent, small, soft, fancy. But here's the problem. They're extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 is not bad by itself, but it has to be balanced with omega-3s. Too much omega-6. And your blood vessels get inflamed. Chronic, low-grade inflammation that builds quietly, especially dangerous for aging arteries. According to the Journal of Lipid Research, diets too high in omega-6 and too low in omega-3 are associated with increased markers of vascular inflammation, especially in seniors. This kind of inflammation doesn't cause pain. You don't feel it. But inside your arteries, it's weakening the walls, making them more fragile, more prone to rupture. When your blood pressure suddenly rises, say from stress, dehydration, or that salty snack you had right before bed. Nut number 3, hazelnuts. Now, here's where things get tricky. Hazelnuts are rich in arginine. That's an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide, causing your blood vessels to dilate. Sounds good, right? Improves circulation? Yes, during the day, when your heart is active, when your body can handle expansion. But at night, too much vasodilation can lead to something called vascular instability. Imagine this. Your blood vessels suddenly relax too much. Your blood pressure drops. Your brain gets a little less blood. So your heart speeds up to compensate. That back and forth puts stress on your system, especially if your blood vessels are already fragile. Hypertension. Research reported that older adults exposed to high doses of arginine before rest showed greater risks of microvascular instability, including in the brain. Nut number 4, salted almonds. Now, almonds themselves are great, but salted roasted almonds? That's a different story. Just 1 ounce can have up to 200 milligrams of sodium. And let's be honest, who eats only 1 ounce? Too much sodium at night raises your blood volume, which increases pressure inside your arteries. And instead of resting, your heart ends up working overtime while you sleep. The Journal of Clinical Hypertension confirmed that even moderate sodium intake before bed raises nighttime blood pressure in seniors. It's not just numbers, it's silent pressure that builds and builds until one day it breaks. Nut number 5, trail mix. Trail mix sounds healthy, a mix of nuts and dried fruit, right? But most commercial versions come with added sugars, salty coatings, and preservatives. It's like a blood vessel stress test before bed. Excess sodium increases pressure. Excess sugar fuels inflammation. And preservatives, they mess with your body's natural repair systems during sleep. Circulation, the Journal of the American Heart Association found that high sugar, high sodium snack intake at night increases vascular stiffness and blood clot risk. Not immediately, but gradually, quietly, until one night it's not quiet anymore. So let me ask you, have you ever eaten nuts within 2 hours of bedtime? If yes, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. This isn't judgment, it's awareness. Your health starts with noticing what you didn't notice before. Up next, I'll show you the right way to enjoy your favorite snacks. And what time of day actually helps your body benefit from these foods, not be hurt by them. Number 2, what happens in your bloodstream while you sleep? Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Your brain doesn't shut down when you sleep. In fact, it works harder in some ways. And your bloodstream, it becomes your brain's lifeline. Every single night, like clockwork, your body enters a delicate rhythm. Your blood pressure gently dips, your heart rate slows down, your vessels relax, and your brain finally gets a chance to wash out toxins, clear debris, and repair itself. It's like sending in a cleanup crew to sweep the streets, but only if the traffic is smooth and steady. Now, what happens if your blood is thick? Or your pressure spikes instead of dips? Or your vessels are inflamed and narrow? That cleanup system shuts down. And over time, you feel it. You wake up groggy. You feel pressure behind your eyes. Your memory starts slipping. And worst of all, your risk of a stroke during sleep rises sharply. According to the National Institutes of Health, most strokes in older adults happen between 6 o'clock a.m. and 12 o'clock noon, right after the body has spent the whole night trying to regulate blood pressure and blood flow. And that's not random. See, when you lie down for hours, your blood moves slower. Your veins don't get the same push from movement. And if your blood is thick from fat or sticky from sugar or pressured by sodium, it becomes a dangerous mix. Think about it like this. If you're sitting in traffic, everything slows down. Now imagine dumping thick molasses into that traffic. And then add a burst of pressure, like someone slamming on the brakes. That's what your bloodstream goes through when you combine heavy snacks with poor circulation late at night. And if your brain isn't getting smooth, oxygen-rich flow while you sleep, it's not repairing. It's not healing. It's not clearing the plaques and clots that lead to memory loss or stroke. This is what many doctors now call silent brain stress. You don't feel it right away, but it builds night after night. One of my patients, Alan, 68 years old, told me he always woke up with what he called a foggy head. No pain, just dullness. He thought it was normal aging, but after we changed his nighttime eating habits, no more salted nuts, no more late night sugar, his blood pressure started dipping properly during sleep. And within 2 weeks, that morning fog, it lifted. That's the power of protecting your bloodstream before it becomes a problem. So let me ask you this. Do you often feel groggy or heavy-headed in the morning? Type yes in the comments if you do. Type no if your mornings feel clear. Either way, I want you to know this. It's not just about what you eat. It's about when you eat it and how your body is trying to heal while you rest. In the next section, we'll go deeper. I'll explain exactly how poor blood flow at night is linked to muscle loss, cognitive decline, and even walking instability. Because your brain and your muscles, they're more connected than you think. Number 3, how poor circulation at night accelerates muscle loss. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked. Most people think of muscle loss, or sarcopenia, as something that just happens with age. You're getting older, they say. It's normal to get weaker. But here's the truth. It's not just age, it's about blood flow, especially while you sleep. You see, your muscles aren't just chunks of tissue. They're living, breathing organs. They rely on a steady flow of oxygen, nutrients, and hormones, all carried by your blood. And when circulation slows down at night, especially in people over 60, your muscles go from being supported to being starved. According to the American Geriatric Society, nearly 1/3 of adults over the age of 65 experience moderate to severe muscle loss. But what they don't tell you is this. A big part of that loss happens silently while you sleep. Because during sleep, your body goes into a state called anabolic rest. It's when your cells are supposed to repair, rebuild, and regenerate. But none of that happens if your blood isn't flowing properly. No oxygen, no amino acids, no growth hormone delivery. It's like trying to build a house with no materials and no workers. And what causes poor nighttime circulation? Eating the wrong foods too late, not hydrating, low magnesium or potassium, and undiagnosed nighttime hypertension. I had a patient, Marjorie, age 74, who told me she was doing everything right. She walked every morning, ate plenty of protein, but she kept losing muscle in her thighs and arms. When we ran tests, we found that her blood pressure was spiking between 1 aquag and 3 aquad AM. And her heart rate stayed elevated through the night. Why? She was eating a salted trail mix around 10:30 p.m. every night while watching TV. The sodium, the sugar, the preservatives, they were silently hijacking her recovery time. We adjusted her routine, cut out evening snacks, added a magnesium-rich evening tea. Within 6 weeks, her strength started coming back. Not from a pill, not from more exercise, but from better nighttime circulation. So if your legs are getting weaker, if you're noticing more effort just to get out of a chair, don't just blame your age. Ask yourself, am I helping or hurting my circulation at night? Are my blood vessels getting the chance to relax, flow, and nourish my body? Or are they fighting to stay open through a storm of salt, sugar, and stress? Let me ask you directly. Do you ever wake up feeling stiff in your legs or hips? Type yes if that happens. Type no if not. Because of that stiffness, it's not just aging, it's your muscles crying out for better blood flow. In the next section, we'll talk about one simple change, a food timing shift, that can dramatically improve how your brain and muscles repair overnight. And it starts not with medicine, but with when and how you say goodnight to your plate. Number 4, the best time to eat for brain and muscle repair. Let me tell you something I've learned after more than 30 years in medicine. The older we get, the more every little choice matters. And often, what helps us heal, it isn't an expensive treatment, it's the timing of the simple things. Like when you eat. See, your body's like a beautiful clock. Every system, your brain, your heart, your muscles, they all follow a rhythm, not just every day, but every night. And if you feed your body at the wrong time, especially after 9 o'clock p.m., you throw that rhythm off. You don't digest properly. You don't circulate blood the right way. You don't give your brain a chance to clean itself, your muscles a chance to rebuild. That's why timing is everything. So here's my gentle recommendation. If you want your brain and muscles to truly recover at night, make your last full meal no later than 7 o'clock p.m. And keep your final snack, if you really need one, light and simple. Nothing salty, nothing sweet, just calming, maybe warm chamomile tea, maybe 1/2 banana with a sprinkle of cinnamon. That way, your digestion finishes early, your blood flows freely, your heart relaxes. And your brain? It finally gets to do what it was designed to do: repair, protect, and reset. Think of it like this. Every night, your body shows up to heal, but it can't do that if the roads are blocked with fat, salt, or sugar. So give it space, give it time, give it kindness. And here's the beautiful part. Your body responds. Within just a few days of changing your evening habits, you may sleep better, wake up clearer, feel stronger in your legs. Even your balance might improve, not because of pills, but because your body was finally given the chance to restore itself. So let me ask you this. If there's one thing you could shift tonight, just one, what would it be? Type it in the comments, share it. Let's learn from each other. And if this video helped you feel a little more in control, a little more hopeful, then don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about, someone who snores or limps or forgets where they left the keys. You never know who needs it. And if you'd like more videos like this, subscribe to Dr. Brain, where we protect your brain before it needs saving. Your health is yours, and tonight, you can take it back. Number 5, the morning mistake that undoes all your progress overnight. So, you've done the right thing. You skipped the salty snack, you slept better, you woke up clearer, but then you reach for something quick, maybe a cup of coffee on an empty stomach, maybe toast, or a glass of orange juice, and just like that, your blood sugar spikes. Your blood pressure jumps. And all that healing your body tried to do overnight, it starts to unravel. You see, what you eat in the first hour after waking up matters almost as much as what you eat at night. That's your body's re-entry point. It's the moment your organs wake up, your blood vessels expand, your brain demands fuel. And if the fuel is wrong, your system gets overwhelmed. I've seen it with so many patients. They fast overnight, sleep well, but then break their fast with sugar, caffeine, or processed carbs. And within 20 minutes, they feel dizzy, tired, their legs feel weak again, their thoughts are cloudy. The Harvard School of Public Health published a report in 2003 showing that older adults who consumed refined carbohydrates like white bread, sugary cereal, or juice, first thing in the morning had up to 42% higher risk of developing insulin resistance, circulation issues, and cognitive fog throughout the day. Why? Because your brain doesn't want sugar first. It wants stability. What stabilizes your system? A breakfast with fiber, protein, and healthy fat. eggs with spinach, oatmeal with chia seeds, avocado on whole grain toast, even a warm bowl of miso soup with tofu and greens if that's your taste. It doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to be gentle on your blood vessels. And here's something else most people never think about: hydration. Most seniors wake up slightly dehydrated, which thickens your blood and raises pressure, especially if you slept with the heater on or had salty food the day before. That's why I recommend, before your coffee, drink 1 full glass of warm water with a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. It rehydrates your blood, supports your kidneys, and helps your brain transition smoothly from rest to action. So let me ask you, what's the first thing you usually put in your body after waking up? Be honest. Type it in the comments. Coffee, toast, nothing, water. There's no shame, just awareness. Because the truth is, your body wants to recover, your brain wants to heal, but it needs your help in those first few minutes of the day. In the next part, we're going to connect all of this together. I'll show you a simple morning routine designed to protect your brain, keep your muscles strong, and stabilize your blood pressure before anything else can interrupt your day. And the best part, it only takes 5 minutes. Number 6, a 5-minute morning routine to keep your brain and muscles strong. If I told you there was a way to protect your brain, support your muscles, and lower your stroke risk, and it only takes 5 minutes each morning, would you try it? You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You just need a quiet space, your breath, and the willingness to care for yourself. Let me walk you through it. Step 1, rehydrate and reset 1 minute. The very first thing you do, before coffee, before your phone, drink 1 full glass of warm water. Add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt if you like. Why? Because after 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated. Even a 2% drop in hydration can slow blood flow to your brain. That makes you feel foggy, wobbly, or weak. Rehydrating helps thin your blood gently, support kidney function, and improve blood pressure balance. Step 2, ground your body. Gentle activation, 2 minutes. Stand near a chair or countertop for support. Now breathe. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Do this 3 times. Then, simple movement. March in place slowly for 30 seconds. Do 5 gentle squats or sit to stands from a sturdy chair. Stretch both arms overhead. Reach up. Hold for 10 seconds. Release. These movements wake up your large muscle groups, especially your legs and hips. They help pump blood back to the brain, and they send a signal. I'm alive. I'm ready. Step 3. Focus your mind. Mental calibration. 2 minutes. Sit down. Close your eyes. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly, and ask yourself, what do I want to protect today? Your brain responds best when it feels safe and focused. Then try this. Say out loud or silently, my brain is worth protecting. My body is still strong, and I choose to move gently today. You'd be surprised how something so small can shift your chemistry. Harvard Medical School reports that self-directed positive statements increase parasympathetic activity, helping reduce blood pressure and cortisol. And when your brain feels calm, your blood vessels relax, your muscles stay coordinated, your memory sharpens. You don't have to do a 60-minute workout. You don't need a complicated supplement stack. But 5 minutes of intentional care each morning, that's the medicine most people skip, and that's the one your body is asking for. So tomorrow morning, before the world rushes in, try this routine. Then come back and tell me, how did you feel? Clearer? Calmer? More grounded? Type your experience in the comments. Let's support each other. And if this routine helped you, share it with a friend. Because healing doesn't happen in silence. It happens in the community. In the final part of this video, I'll wrap it all together and share with you one final truth that helped dozens of my patients reclaim their energy and their confidence after 60. So here we are. You've made it to the end, and maybe, just maybe, something inside you has shifted. Maybe now you see how small things are. The time you eat, the way you breathe, the first 5 minutes of your day can quietly protect your brain and keep your legs moving strong, and your heart is beating in rhythm. This is what it means to age wisely, to listen to your body before it has to scream, to protect your brain before it needs saving. Now, I want to say something gently, but clearly. Even if you eat well, even if you walk daily, there may still be one habit that silently increases your risk of stroke. And the truth is, most seniors ignore it, not because they don't care, but because no one ever explained it properly. This habit doesn't look dangerous. In fact, it's something most people do every single day without thinking twice. But it affects the way your blood flows to your brain. It changes your pressure. It raises your risk, especially while you sleep. That's why in the next video, I'm going to walk you through the one stroke-related habit most seniors overlook. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it again, because you deserve to stay sharp, stay steady, and stay independent. So here's my question for you. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still worry something might be missing? If yes, type yes in the comments. If not, type no. And if this video gave you one new insight, one thing to try, then hit subscribe so we can keep learning together. You are not alone in this. Let's age strong. Let's stay brain first. Let's never stop showing up for ourselves. I'm Dr. Brain, and I'll see you in the next video. Most seniors ignore this stroke risk habit. Until then, be kind to your brain. It's been protecting you for a long time. Now, it's your turn to protect it back.